Hello, my name is Naquan Austin, and I'm going to share with you a project that was done on internet tools in the classroom. What you see before you are a set of lesson plans that I use for the project. What I'm going to read to you is as if I was the student reading the project. You and your partner will collaborate on a new invention or innovation. This invention can be realistic or futuristic. You will create a detailed plan via PowerPoint to present to the class. You will also create a commercial and post to YouTube and/or Twitter. You will act as if you're going to sell this product and have a sales pitch included in the commercial. Before proceeding, you must reply via Canvas with your product idea and receive approval. You must also reply to your peers to assist in their ideas. You receive a set of guidelines to adhere to for the business plan. You may post any questions or concerns to Padlet over the course of the project. We will present all commercials to the class. You will send your finalized business plan to the class OneDrive folder. So prior to this activity, students will already have taken a digital etiquette course on BrainPop. This is just so students will know the proper etiquette that they should follow while using the internet. This will take away the chances of, or lessen the chances of any incidents happening online, because students already will have that background knowledge that they need to be aware of before pursuing this activity. In the activity, I spoke of Canvas. I work with Newton County Schools, and in Newton County Schools, Canvas is our online tool that we use for the students. You may be familiar with Edmodo or My Big Campus. Well, Canvas is very similar to the two. So I'm going to go here to my Engineering Technology 8th grade course, and then I'm going to go to Discussions, and then I'm going to go to Inventors or Innovators. Okay, so here you'll see what students will see. They'll see the project, and in the section I spoke of a set of guidelines just to get the students going. And it speaks of product information, saying they must have a slogan, things of that nature to get the students going for the project. And here you can see where students reply with their invention or their innovation. And as I stated, it can be realistic or it could be something that's going to come in the future. And so here, as the project is ongoing, students will have the ability to ask questions if they did not get everything they needed from that particular post in Canvas. And I'm going to jump back to Canvas. As I said, students get to reply to their peers so they can see what their peers posted, and just to make sure that everybody does different ideas. Also, as forms of differentiation for those students who did not have a great idea and they might want to go back and enhance their current idea. Now, going forward, once students begin their project after they receive approval, they're going to start by using PowerPoint and once again adhering to the guidelines that were posted via Canvas. Alright, so throughout the period of time over this project, students will have the ability to ask questions if they have any kind of questions and concerns. The tool that students will use for these kind of questions and concerns will be posted here on Padlet. Padlet is an online discussion board that students can go in and just type in any kind of questions. So as you see here, it says post questions and concerns, student name, Byron Mendez. He wants to know how many slides do we need to have per PowerPoint slide. And it says here, please make sure you post your name and class section. This way, if you have multiple classes going, you'll be able to distinguish who's asking what in what particular class. And once students get that going, the next step is to begin submitting. As an option, you do have an option to use Google Drives, but I chose to do this with Office 365 And that reason being is because Newton County schools have already begun using the Office 365, and students are familiar with it. It does operate very similar to Google Docs. So here you can see where I've added students in here, and that gives students the ability to access this folder. So from their OneDrive, they'll see this folder, and then they'll go in and they'll begin to drop their assignments in these particular folders. That way, once again, I'll have access and they'll have access to these as well. And now I spoke upon students submitting their commercials to me. Students do have two options to submit their commercials, or they can do both. This is my Twitter page. Students can upload videos to Twitter, and they can at me, as they would call it, in their post, and that way I could see that post from my page. And the reason I chose that as an option for them is because, once again, Newton County Schools allows Twitter for education, and they block a lot of other sites. So this is one way to knock down the chances of any kind of issues accessing videos. And another option, of course, is for the students to upload their commercials to YouTube. And here's just a brief shot of students actually recording their commercials on campus. Okay, so students will be assessed via a rubric. They'll all have this rubric. This way they know the criteria that they must adhere to in order to get a nice grade. And here's a breakdown of the grade plan here. So students will know they get 20 points for post, peer reply, things of that nature, and everything equals out to 100 points. And the rubric, I did use this rubric for a prior post in my blog. So I just adjusted this rubric, and you can do this as well when dealing with different activities. So in closing, I learned that activating prior knowledge is very essential to implementing a new lesson plan. Students should definitely have some background skill in online discussion and word processing. Also, providing a clear and concrete guidelines are essential. Students need to have access to these guidelines at all times. Giving students an example before starting the activity is a great help. This will serve as a baseline for them to begin their work. Realizing that you have different types of learners and differentiating instruction can certainly make sure everyone has an opportunity to succeed.